This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Plan stays the same.
Right. I take care of the crowd, you handle the manager. Threats don't work, do what you gotta do. Keeps the vault keys on him.
See, a teller sounds the alarm. How long do we get?
5 minutes, maybe more, before the cops show.
What if it all goes to hell?
I'm not fucking around, Tom. You hear gunshots down at the vault? Don't come up. It's the money, or nothing at all. You doing this?
We're doing this.
Everyone down on the floor! Get the fuck down! Not you, ladies. Stay where we can see your pretty faces. Anybody moves, I'll pop them!
Get the manager! I need you all to stay on the ground. I see movement, people start getting shot.
Paulie's serious. Greetings and salutations, viewers, with another
You all
Let's
want
Finish
everyone
This.
to get to go home and hug their kids tonight, right? No heroes. Not today. No kidding around. You all got that?
Yeah, that threw me off for a second. It's like, this is
What are you doing?
Let's Finish This with Mafia Definitive Edition. So I've gone through the game, and Tommy is telling his story about how he eventually gave up the life to rat out his Don and how it leads up to this point. Right now we're kind of near the end. We're like a couple chapters near to the final end, so I wasn't sure how long it takes, so I decided to start here. And we're helping Paulie get one last score so he can finally retire and not have to look behind his back for possibly getting capped or whatever.
You're making me nervous. When I get nervous, my trigger finger gets shaky.
I was just trying to see how much dialogue you'd have while doing this, but yeah, so far it's your classic like tale of getting wrapped up.
You have the money, you'll be free. Not long to go.
It's your typical tale of getting wrapped up in the crime world, and then at some point you get tired of all of it, so you decide to find a way to get out. In this case, they're gonna. Well, I don't know if in Tommy's case, but for Paulie, he wants to rob this place so he can finally get a way out. For us, we're not quite sure. We're still trying to find a way out. Obviously, at the beginning of the game, we're talking to a cop to.
No fun, no game. Just lie on the fucking ground.
Now I lost my train of thought. So far, I played through most of the game. I guess that's where I'm supposed to go to. I was just seeing if there was any secrets. Usually on the map, on the lower right there, if you see some like weird symbol outside of like what's shown there, then that means there's like something in a room you can collect. So they kind of give you a little bit of a hint to figure out what's something there is. The only collectible you can't find automatically is like this game has like you collect like 50 foxes, which I guess is the
With me! Down to the vault!
I'll do whatever you say. No one needs to get hurt.
yeah, don't make me
Keep
fire.
moving!
Come on.
This make you
But
feel
yeah, the
big?
fox I guess is the
Beating on a little guy?
It's making me feel rich, and the little guy gets to walk away if he doesn't do anything stupid.
Yeah, I guess the fox
How
is
many
the
guards at
moniker
the
for the
vault?
people who make this game,
One.
so...
You gonna shoot?
I don't know.
If I see a gun, he gets a bullet. So you tell him to stand down. It's all on you.
I was just talking about the security guard at the vault or whatever, so... Yeah, apparently we've never done this, at least in this Mafia group. We've never actually robbed a bank before, because I guess it puts on too much heat or something like that, so we decided to do it against the Don. Well, the Don doesn't know what we're doing, but...
Manager here is being good and cooperative. We're all doing what we're told, aren't we, buddy? Keep moving.
You won't get away with this. Your sword never do.
You just worry about yourself. You want to see your daughter graduate from high school.
You keep your hands where I can see them and tell your guard to do the same.
And the reason they're doing all this is because the Don started dealing in dope. I guess crack or cocaine or something like that. They said dope, though, so I guess it could have been marijuana, but I don't remember even back in the day marijuana being the hard drug. I thought it was like, yeah, cocaine or something similar to that. But anyway, he started dealing in that when he said he never would.
Guard. You tell him to drop his gun. You got that?
And so it got all the people in their group thinking, they're like, hey, why is the Don making doing dope deals behind our back? I thought we said we'd never do that type of thing.
Very carefully. I need you to put down your... Sick 'em, boys!
Yeah.
Officer down!
I actually killed one. Where'd that guy run off? Where'd that little wuss run off to? Anyway, there's another collectible here. Yeah, you can collect like cigarette cards, dime novels, and I forgot the other thing. But yeah, we knew we were gonna have a fight on our hands, so I think can I actually shoot through the bars. Oh. Ooh.
Christ.
Yeah, well, I have the best weapon for close combat is a shotgun. Jeez. Yeah, shotguns aren't very good outside of a certain range, but if you're close by, you're probably going to get hit with the pellets. Yeah, getting hit with a shotgun is not fun because for those of you who aren't aware what shotguns do, they're basically a bunch of pellets in a bullet, so they pop out and spread. So you've actually been, I think we've been in this bait before. There was a mission where we had to get the books for the Don when his Salieri betrayed him, and the only reason he betrayed him is because his family was threatened and he just wanted to get out of the game. That seems to be a running theme for this whole game. Everyone at some point gets tired of being criminals and they're like, can I just, you know, hey dude.
No one else has to die. I don't have to die.
Should just take you out because of what you did. You told him to attack me, so. Wonder if the game will let you shoot him. No. I don't want to have to retry the game if I do, so there will be times where the game will let you just kill random people if you want to with like no repercussions, even if the main guy is supposed to be, you know, like I'm trying to maybe find a way to get out of this, you know, same thing, he wants to save his wife and child, but
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Quick and moan it! Damn it. The cops are here!
Let's go! Get the money,
they probably
it's
had
time to
a
go.
secret alarm or someone might have gotten away or heard the gunfire outside and probably called the police or something like that. I don't think I don't think it was till recently. I don't think it was till like the 50s or something like that. I don't think it was till like the 50s or something like that when they actually started putting like secret alarms. Like buttons, you know, that you could press that would summon a police like almost immediately. So. Good thing I'm not playing classic mode, otherwise I would have been dead already. In that version, it's like super hard mode, where basically one shot, as far as I understand it, one shot kills you. Like trying to be realistic, although technically couldn't a human being take a couple shots before dying? Well, obviously if I got shot in the head, I would die instantly. But luckily there's a heal thing in there. But man, I don't know, this game seems to be, even on normal mode, this game seems kind of tough at times because I swear I get, either that or just really bad at this game. I swear I get hit like really easily in this game, even on normal mode. Yeah, I almost consider playing classic mode because there is a right in the face. There is like a achievement trophy, whichever console you're playing this on, for doing classic mode. But and the game itself doesn't seem that long. It didn't take me that long to get to the end here. Like I said, there's only a couple chapters. The only reason I know that, not from playing it, but just I looked at the trophy guide or trophy list that for the game, and you can kind of tell the difference between story trophies and the extra stuff. And I kind of figured out by looking at it how many. So let me grab a. Actually, shotgun's probably better here anyway. I usually like using the Tommy gun because it's the classic machine gun. You know. I don't know. I just like it. I mean, realistically, I don't own a Tommy gun or anything like that. Nope, only black powder for me, just because it's funny that way. I think. It's kind of silly to see him running with that big old bag of cash.
This way.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, get on in. Come on, Polly. Come on, Polly. Oh, I think that's if you get so many, so many cars.
Where? Anywhere, just lose the cops! Behind you! He's taking it!
Yeah, I think in this case we just have to run. But yeah, if you get so many, you can actually hack. You can actually take so many cars in the game, and if you get so many, you get an achievement. If you want to get most of the stuff in this game, though, you do have to actually complete the storyline. That's why, because if you run around this game, I mean, you can run around and look in certain missions. There's not like a time or anything, but it almost seems indicative to just do the story instead of running around. Just go to the next plot location. So really, I mean, this is one of those games that really does have the best when it comes to like freeform or exploring around town. Because I don't know, there almost seems to be no reason to. The only things you really can collect around town is trying to find any loose dime novels and stuff, and cigarette cards and mysteries. But usually you have to replay missions, which you can easily do after you beat the game. Replay the mission to see if you can find any of the hidden stuff you missed. But yeah, if you want to do the open world stuff, really the only reason to do that is to collect either the boxes, because there's 50 around town. And actually, where do I need to? I guess I could go there, but that would be. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. See how far they'll chase me. Usually, I can get pretty easily far away from these guys after a bit, but yeah, it looks like they're not as many cars are chasing me. Oh yeah, and the driving of this game seems a bit odd too. Maybe it's because it's based off older vehicles or something like that, but I never really did get the hang of the driving mechanics in this game. Doubt. It's because I wasn't even paying attention. I was actually looking at the lower right-hand screen for that. So yeah, we gotta get away with the monies. The monies. So we can lead a good life, except for Tommy. But I don't want to talk about the sequel game. So let's just say Tommy isn't the main character in Mafia 2. So actually, I remember enjoying Mafia 2, but I remember having the same issue with that game as this one, where the open world really was kind of pointless. Like there wasn't any real reason to do the open world stuff. So, well, let me see. I was actually gonna go down that way, and then I missed it. So, but so far, I mean, the combat mechanics seem to be okay. Although I feel like the AI is kind of weirdly either, like depending on the difficulty, either too accurate or too dumb. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I almost see it as almost an impossibility to play this on like classic mode just because of the AI. Because every mission's supposed to have a way for you to like get it without either getting caught or very, very few times where you get attacked. But you know, most times you'll get attacked like or go into combat almost immediately. So I guess you just have to, you know, get lucky. I guess, or maybe. Man, these guys are really on my tail. I can't get rid of them. Like I said, all the other, I've even beaten the 5-star like police mission, and that didn't even take that long to lose them. But for some reason on this one, I seem to be having a tough time getting them off my butt. Gotta find a. Now, let me see if I can get to that. That little symbol on the map there. That's supposed to be a like an event, like a car event or whatever, where you get like a good deal ahead or try to lose the your tails. Yeah, see, there's like in this case it's a ramp. Whoa!
We've lost sight of them. Stay on patrol.
There we go. We got rid of them. Now we just have to wait for the stars to align. I mean, to disappear, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, not much dialogue when it comes to police chases. They usually have dialogue at the very beginning, but if it takes too long, they stop talking. Because it's like, are you done yet? Are you still being chased? But yeah, it looks like this version of the game, they did use the...
Where now? A Palermo club.
Sam's Club.
Hey, it's empty right now. What he don't know can't hurt him. We're almost there, Tom. We've almost done it. It's still almost, Paulie. We'll only have done it once my heart stops trying to beat outside my chest.
Yeah, especially after what happened. Sam's one of their colleagues, for those who haven't seen the first impressions video of this, but he's one of those that's didn't want us to do the bank heist, but he might be on our side after he found out at the same time we did about the Don dealing in dope. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, the game gives us a chance to. You don't have to park exactly there, just in that general area, but yeah, we got the dough. Can I get out of the car now, or okay?
We did it! I can't believe we fucking did it! We're loaded! We're loaded!
Yeah?
For all time's sake.
Sure. We gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Unless I'm halfway to Hawaii. Oh, come on. I'm kidding. Hey, I couldn't have done this without you. I know that. Go home, celebrate with Sarah, come by my place in the morning, we'll split up the dough.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
See you around, pal.
That cutscene was weird because my life bar was still there. So there should be one more chapter after this and then kind of the finale or whatever. So I didn't think it would take me like an hour to finish, so that's why I kind of started right there. So, yep, now we started the path to Polly possibly getting out of it, but will he survive to leave the family? Because, you know in those stories, sometimes you never really get out until you're dead. But so far, one of the characters did, so who knows? Well, I was going to wait for it to load the cutscene, but apparently it's taking a hot minute, so. How are you all doing? Great. Cool. Nice jacket. The Death of Art, 1938.
Well, look at this. Christ has finally risen. I was getting ready to call the coroner.
Sorry. Had a bit of trouble falling asleep is all.
Me too, thanks to you tossing and turning all night. Okay, what'd you do?
We're just feeling lucky is all.
Got that right, champ.
But I've been thinking.
Oh yeah? I'll call the papers.
I've been thinking about taking you and a kid out to the shore.
You serious? Ain't you working?
Polly and me, we've come into some money.
Huh. One of his cracked angles finally pay off?
Yeah, something like that. Pack a few bags. I'll swing by after I go around to Polly's.
What ain't you telling me, Tommy?
Nothing.
Sure, you and Polly are suddenly flush and now you want to leave town for a few days? That don't square.
What's the point of making a buck if we can't spend it?
That ain't it. You're moving, even when you're standing still. Yeah, you're nervous about something. Probably you don't even know why yet.
Well, that must be it.
You better figure it out before you get to Polly's. Just in case it's him that got you all wound up.
Polly's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, I guess I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I don't know why she acts like she doesn't know what we do. She was basically raised in a like eatery where the Don is. I think she's just feigning ignorance. I think she knows what's going on, but oh well. Oh, there's our cigarette card. I think I missed a couple over the course of the
You still here?
thing, but oh, there's Sam and Polly and us. 3 of a kind. Oh yeah, we're still here, Sarah. We haven't left yet, so we're just collecting all the collectibles, you know. Oh yeah, Sarah's the daughter of Luigi, who owns like the eatery where the Don stays at. So, and apparently she'd been working there since a kid, so all the people know her. Yet we, as the main character, were the lucky ones that were able to, you know, snatch her up when we did. Not really a bit great romance. I don't know. I don't know if I call it a great romance. There is one chapter about that, and where you save her from some thugs, and then after you do like a certain mission, you just kind of walk in after. I think it's after you deal with some pretty heinous stuff, dealing with some border guards, and then you just ask her to marry you as soon as you come back from the heinous deed, and she's like, okay, and you're like, oh, all right. Well, I mean, this game isn't about their romance anyway, but still. Taxi license. Before he became a taxi driver, Tommy worked on a road crew. He lived in camps for months at a time, building highways through the northern United States. Tommy eventually tired of the itinerant life and moved back to Lost Haven in 1926 using the money he had saved to buy himself a cab. Oh, I thought he worked for a cab organization. I guess he just owned a cab, and you could charge people for it. So, I guess that was before back in the day where, well, nowadays we have Uber, so it's almost like going backwards, really. Detective Comics. Yeah, dime novels. The reason they called those because they cost a dime. The Old Country. In Sicily, 1904. 4-year-old Tommy with his family at the Vauldemare Lemon Grove near the port of Messina. Tommy's father was the supervisor at the plantation until it was foreclosed by a moneylender. Evicted from their home and destitute, the Angelos immigrated to America soon afterwards. Yeah, everyone did, especially during that time, you know. The Holy Land, the land of cheese and golden cheese or whatever that was from Fievel Goes to America or whatever. Photograph. Man and wife. June 1934. I think they only known each other for a couple of years till they got married too, so. Coming to America, Tommy and his family arrived in Empire Bay after a month at sea on Christmas Day, 1904. After inspection by immigration officials, they traveled on to Lost Haven on a crowded train carriage. Tommy's father found employment at Lost Haven Harbor, where he worked until his death 15 years later. Yay? Yeesh. Probably no other collectibles around here. They do have a... Well, it says they have a daughter, but I don't see the kid anywhere, so I don't know where she's at, so... Maybe she's upstairs and we can't go actually interact with her.
You keep hanging around.
Well, you know what they say about...
Just warning you.
Yeah, the game's like, get to it! I'm like, oh, there's the fox. Or, yeah, fox. I don't like collecting the foxes because it's... I mean, yeah, you get to collect them all over the place, but one, you don't really get anything from it, as far as I'm aware of, and two, it's not like the dime novels where at least that you can see a different cover, where the cigarette cards where you collect the characters from the game, you know, it's just, I don't know. Bank raid, subjects at large. Newspaper, November 4th, 1938. Bystander's photograph shows officers surrounding the Grand Imperial Bank. The Lost Haven Police Department are appealing for information related to a violent robbery that took place yesterday in downtown Lost Haven. The thieves who left many dead are said to have taken an enormous haul. They remain unidentified and on the loose. Witnesses are encouraged to contact LHPD in person or by telephone at LH2762. Back in the days where there weren't like a million numbers on your phone. But you had to go through switchboards and all this other stuff. You people don't know the old days. And this is before my time, too. The switchboards were before my time, but I'm still aware of them, so. All right, let's go get to Paula and get that money. There's not going to be any problems at all getting that money. Nope. No, sir. Who knows? Maybe we will. I don't know. But, yeah. Usually a lot of this stuff you can kind of get the inkling. You're not exactly sure what's going to happen, but you have a pretty good idea.
The victors of the Battle of the Grand Imperial.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a little weird with the driving in this game. Yeah, most of the game will pretty much tell you where you need to go. So. Yeah, I kind of wish they'd done a little bit more with open world, like, well, kind of like Grand Theft Auto, where you could do like quests outside the main storyline to maybe, I don't know, unlock cars or different armor, ammo, or something like that. But I think I'm trying to remember when this game actually came out. I think it was around the same time Grand Theft Auto. Whoops. Well, I guess not. We don't have to follow the open road, but. Yeah, I think it was made about the same time as Grand Theft Auto, but that's before it perfected the whole open world stuff. And, you know, some people say it's not perfected or it's got its own issues, but yeah, I mean, what's with an open world if there's not much to do? Like, in this game, all you can do is drive, you do the storyline, and you can collect cars and the foxes, but you can't do mini games. Can't go like golfing. I mean, not that you need to have like a million mini games, but like, why have an open world if there's really not much to do? You know, you can't like go see the show or I don't know. Like I said, there's got to be something to do. Otherwise, the open world seems kind of pointless. You could have just had us go from mission to mission in story beats, There are a couple of games that started out as open worlds, but then later on, because they couldn't do much with them, they just turned into where you just jump from section to section instead, because they're like, well, no point to have an open world if we're not going to do anything in it. And there's a lot of games like that where they give you an open world and there's like diddly squat to do, or if you do it, it's like the same repetitious thing over and over and over again. Far Cry suffers from that. Like, sometimes the stories are interesting, but I don't know. Like, half the stories in Fallout or Far Cry are kind of interesting. Like, Far Cry 3 was interesting, which I recorded that one like a long time ago. That one was interesting until we ran across the actual bad guy of the game, and then it kind of got boring because he was your typical bad guy. At least the guy we encountered beforehand was a lot more interesting. Same with Far Cry 4, although the bad guy in Far Cry 4 was pretty interesting. You almost didn't want to beat him despite him being a despot, which there actually is an ending like that. I don't know if I showed that off or not, but I got spoilers for that. You can beat the game like within like 10 minutes or something like that. And it's almost the most appropriate ending because you don't go crazy and killing all these people and stuff like that too, and starting a war in a nation. But anyway, let's stop by Polly's and get our money.
The dogs. What happened to your door? Christ only knows.
Polly, I'm here for my share. Yep, we're gonna just get the dough and get out of here.
I've been working nights.
Guy in the apartment above me was raising hell again.
I was seeing if there's any. I'm just keeping an eye on the little mini map just to see if any mission or any collectible items pop up. The only items that don't pop up on the mini map are like the foxes, but I don't really care to. I mean, I've been collecting them on the way, but I haven't gone out of my way to find every single. Okay, this one didn't show on the map because of the way the map works. Gangsters something. Gangsters Paradise? No. Although I'm more of a fan of Weird Al's parody of it than the actual song itself. It was based off of Amish Paradise. That's it. I don't know why I forgot that. I had to think for a second. So, hey, Polly. Polly?
God, Jesus. Polly. Polly. Oh, God. Sam, it's me. It's Tom.
Where's Polly?
He's dead. I'm looking at him slumped over in a hallway, torn a fucking skull.
Oh, God. I was calling to warn him.
About what?
Jesus Christ. I owe you fellas my life 3 times over.
Warn him about what, Sam?
Salieri. He found out about the bank job. You're in deep shit, Tom. You gotta disappear.
Okay. Okay. I just need some cash to get me and the girls out of town. Can you swing that?
Sure. Anything, pal. You want me to come to Polly's?
No. No, I can't stay here. Meet me at the city gallery.
Yeah, okay. Keep your head down, Tom.
I'll see you soon. And, thanks, Sam.
I always pay my debts, Tom. You know that.
Polly, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if anyone did not see Polly dying after that, I don't know what to tell you, folks. It was pretty loud and clear. It's kind of sad that it just happens off screen, but that's realistic. You know, and this game is, I mean, yeah, there's some fantastical element. I don't know why I went back up here again. There are some mini fantastical elements in the game, like some of the missions, but overall it tries to be based in kind of some sensible reality to an extent outside of gameplay.
I'm gonna call the cops. Something ain't right.
Someone said it could have been gunshots.
Oh, now you talk about gunshots. Yeah, some hitman of Salieri's came in and just took him out, so, yeah, popped 2 in the head, so that's how you do it. Double tap, man. Learned that from Zombieland. No. That's how you always make sure someone's dead 2 in the head, because there's always a chance if you hit them once in the head, there's always a chance that the skull will ricochet the bullet and not actually, or you might not penetrate a part of the brain for function or for finality or whatever. So that's why they always say 2. Because there have been instances where someone's been shot in the head and they survived. So with like very minimal brain damage. Like I think depends on the situation. There have been some people who've been gotten off completely fine because, like I said, the skull cap like ricocheted the bullet, like it hit the skull, but like flung it out or something like that, or it wrapped around the skull cap. But that's very limited. Obviously, don't go testing it out. So, but in most, I think in a lot of the cases they did survive with most of the remote functions. Although there have been in some poor cases where like a piece of the brain got shot out, like they survived, but a piece of the brain got shot out, so they lost either motor function or other such things. There's a cop nearby. Hopefully, he doesn't see that I just smashed into someone. Usually the cops aren't. Oh, god damn it. Ah, this is what I get for not paying attention. Alright, yeah, I have to leave. I have to escape this guy before I can do it. Dang it. I didn't even try to do that. I was just trying to drive. I was about to say, usually the cops aren't that, like, obnoxious, but I guess I just got unlucky. Because usually I have to do something specific. You either have to speed or hit someone to cause trouble. The one time, like, I don't actually get the cops on me, like, in the whole game outside of a story mission, and this one wants to be, like, a jackanapes to me. Yeah, gotta get away from me, you pig. Yeah. Okay, it's only 2 stars, so it's usually only like 1 or 2 cops. So. Oh, it's a... I guess I could turn around. Usually if there's a star, that means there's a chance they might recognize you in the vehicle. So usually you can swap out your vehicles, I guess, but in this case I don't really want to mess with it, so I might just go the long way around or something. Of course, and then oh no, please, oh come on! Seriously? I didn't think they had to be that close. I might just cut it to when I escape the cops, because I don't want to bleed out the whole like episode of me just running away from these guys. You know what I mean? I'll give it a few more moments, and then if I can't legitimately get away from them, I'm just gonna just cut it. Because yeah, I was just wanting to get to the missions so I could, you know, so this doesn't last like 2 hours. You know, get off my butt. Usually I can outrace these guys pretty easily. You know. Oh, I have my limiter on. That's why, derp. I was about to say, usually I can beat these guys pretty easily if I put my pedal in the metal. I was wondering why I was going so slow. Yeah, in this game you can put a limiter on purposely so you can get away from the folks or the police. But you put the limiter on so so that way you don't draw attention for speeding, basically. Okay, now can we get back to this without a hassle? Unfortunately, I have to be a bit careful if I find another cop again until the stars disappear. Otherwise, I'll have to do this all over again. If I get caught again, I'm just gonna cut it because this is. I wouldn't normally have an issue with it, but in this case, I just want to get the story out of the way. Ah. Run over! Watch out, lady! I've got to get to Sam so we can get out of town. This is probably why we end up going to talk to that cop. so this whole situation occurs. Because there's the trophy for this mission, and then there's the end of the game trophy, which means after this we do the final mission of the game. There it is. So obviously it's not going to end up well for. Well, I mean, I've played the second game, so I kind of know what happens already, but I don't want to spoil it because I played. It's been forever since I played the first one, so I don't remember all the details. But the second one I remember a little bit better.
Don't move, Tommy.
Shit.
Hey, Tom.
Sam. What the hell's going on?
You and Polly put me in a bad spot.
I know, Sam, but I'm sorry about that, but I need to get out of town. Can you help me or not?
There you go again. Making me choose between my friends and the family. This is what you were looking for at Polly's. Here's your cut. It's more than you deserve.
Sam. You killed him. You killed Polly.
No. Polly got himself killed.
And you seem real tore up about it.
I'm just in a good mood. Things are right between me and the Don. I'm moving up, and I just found this big bag of money. The Don knows about Frank, Tom. The whore, too.
That whore? The girl you were sweet on?
You're the one that let her live. I'm sorry about this, Tom. But our business has rules. Shame, too. Don Salieri really liked you. Guess we'll both have a good cry at your funeral.
You think you're doing this because you're loyal, but you're not. You're just scared.
Maybe. But you'd have lived a lot longer if you'd have just looked over your shoulder from time to time. Goodbye. Don't let him suffer, boys. He's my buddy.
Yeah, you never walk up next to someone and try to shoot them in the back of the head. Yeah, I'll guarantee a shot, but there's always a chance someone could melee you or something. But, you know, these guys are just two-bit goons. But, yeah, Sam betrayed us. Our buddy betrayed us because he felt he needed to get up in the family. So, usually these games shot him right before he was playing it, so he caught himself on fire. Yeah, usually in these Mafia games, it's usually someone betraying someone else, you know, at some point, either because of the power or they're afraid or whatever. So in this case, it was Sam, who seemed to be the most, what's the word? He seemed to be the most sensible one, yet the one who'd always help you, and yet, you know. And obviously, like any game, if you shoot them in the head, you insta-kill them, but you have to kind of get lucky on that. I'm not very good at aiming in this game. If you set the lower difficulties, auto aim seems to be a bit nicer, at least for hitting them. On classic mode, you can't even. I don't even think the game lets you auto aim. I think you just have to suffer. You know, like hopefully you're really good at these types of gameplay mechanics, which I'm okay at. I've never been. Yeah, we gotta get to Sam. So, or I guess, or yeah, it says find Sam, but I mean he's already told the Dom everything. So I guess the idea is just to get revenge for Paulie. Yeah, at least. I mean, Paulie seemed like a good guy. I mean, yeah, he did. Well, that's the tough things about the. Okay, we're not just go this way. That's the tough thing about these types of games is that you think he was a good guy, but then these are the same guys who have like beaten people up, shot people, you know, robbed people, all this other stuff. I'm like, you're like, oh, how do I feel sorry for these guys again? Like they're criminals. They've done evil things. You know, Usually a good story will make you feel bad for them, even because maybe they didn't have any other. I was just looking for secrets, by the way. They didn't have any other lot in life, and this was their only choice, that type of thing. But they believed they didn't have any other way around it.
I know that you had a follow from know that.
This is it's nothing personal, it's just business. Yeah, man. Ever since we heard that from The Godfather, which I forgot the guy who wrote The Godfather, but apparently he got his information from an actual person who had been in the mob. So, like, obviously there's some liberties taken of it when it comes to the story, but a lot of the stuff from that, like, that he learned was from an actual mobster. So he learned a lot of stuff about the inner world about it. So actually, I think a lot of people found out more about the inner world because of The Godfather, the books, not the movie, but helped. But the books, like, put out a lot of that in the open. I forgot who the person who he talked to was. He was supposed to be like a famous squealer or something like that. Like one of the few people who actually survive the life of a criminal and to talk about it. At least I think so. I think he lived till a ripe old age. I could be wrong though. You know, it would be ironic that the squealer always gets taken out by someone saying for telling their secrets or whatever. Now everyone knows. Maybe that's why standard Mafia like this isn't really a thing, not much of a thing anymore. I mean, there's still crime and all that, but it's not this same level anymore. I was trying to find a good spot to, like, there's sometimes you can, even though the problem is I'm still aimed at his head, but the way that the gun works or whatever, it didn't actually hit him, if that makes sense. Probably the range is too short. Oh yeah, on classic mode you can also Oh come on! I capped you quite a few times, dude. Ugh, that sucks. Oh come on. Oh, I thought I'd pick it up. You know, just have more ammo. I don't know if they did. I don't know if this game really did that great of a job building up the friendship between. I mean, it did. We had plenty of missions and stuff like that, but I don't know why I don't feel as bad about Sam betraying us, if that makes sense. Maybe it's because I'm used to this, even though I'm not saying this is the first game to ever do it, but maybe it's just I'm so used to it at this point because of that being a plot point that it doesn't really hit me that hard. I don't know. Then again, the second game didn't really. Well, I guess I don't want to spoil the second game, but.
Say goodnight, punk.
Ow, dang it. Well, I could have hit him in the head, but I don't know. It wasn't. I thought I saw a heal thing around here somewhere. I was just trying to see if there's any secrets around here. Nothing's popping up on the mini-map, but then again, there's some mini-maps don't pop them open. Oh, whoa. Oh, it's the next room. Dang it. All right, fine. Okay. Because I think when you're trying to find the secrets, you generally still have to be in a general area of the secret to show on the map. So you still have to kind of look around, but man, we have like no ammo. That guy's got a Tommy gun over there. If you could just run out in the open, dude. Come on. Come on. You're not gonna come out, are you? Yeah, sometimes the AI will be either too aggressive or take forever to like pop up around corners and stuff like that.
You do the same.
Right in the face.
You don't eat alone. One of the only rules we got.
Oh yeah, I guess I was a cabbie at one point. That's been so many years ago though. Ah. Yeah, do I want to swap out to the... Probably swap out to the Tommy gun. Let's see. Well, the Tommy gun like doesn't have a lot of punch unless your shotgun has a bit more. Dang it! There goes all my health. No, not much there. Too bad I don't have Molotov or anything like that. Might just have to run through the... Wait for it to load and... Oh, there we go. Hide in here. Or not hide, but you know, get out of the shooting range or whatever. I'm trying to think what my favorite like scene of betrayal and chasing down the betrayer scene is in a game. I don't know. Bully was actually pretty good about that, actually. Despite that being just a game about, like, middle school / high schoolers. Too bad. I wonder if they'll ever make a sequel to that. I've heard they've been talking about that for years. But I would like to see a sequel to Bully, actually. It was one of those games that got over, like, not glorified, what's the word? Like, people thought it was, like, worse than it actually was. Like, people thought it was going to promote gun violence when there's no guns at all in the whole game, you know? It's one of those people. It's one of those things where people just didn't actually, like, they didn't actually play the game or pay attention, so they just assumed there was this stuff in it. Wow, that's spread. Holy cow! Yeah, too bad when you only get a couple of those in the whole game, or you don't get so many grenade options. You know, you don't get Molotovs or just straight up grenades. Ow! See, you can even be in cover and still get hit. Well, I guess technically I can do the same thing to them, but... Uh-oh. Crap. Dang it. I should have known someone was behind the door there. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, and if you find secrets during a mission and you die, like, even if it resets you... Man, that guy took forever to die. Holy crap. He was just, like, flailing. He's like... Blah, 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 blah. But if you've already collected the collectible, it saves it in the system, so you don't have to get it again. So that way you don't have to do the headache of trying to look for it all over again. But, yeah, there was a collectible in the next room. I like the look of the classic mobster. Definitely cool. Yeah, it's hard to say cool to something that's clearly they've done bad things. It's like when you say a pirate's cool. When you're like, dude, pirates, like, old school pirates will, like, rape and murder you for, like, nothing. You know, you shouldn't, that's the problem with, like, movies and stuff like that. Is, like, sometimes they get, certain, like, people get glorified when you probably shouldn't be glorifying them in the first place, so. But it is fantasy, so, like, you can be forgiven. Alright, you gonna, like, come up right in my face? Yeah, sometimes the AI will do that. Ah, I was waiting for him to, like, finish his, shoot using the ammo. Oh, there we go. I don't know why you did that, dude, but okay. Wait, now we play the waiting game. Yeah, the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hippos. I hate when even though I'm aiming that because of the range of my weapon, I'm not actually hitting them. Alright, let's try again the good old popping pills. Same, Max Payne did the same thing too. Always popping those pills. Some Molotovs there. I wonder if he'll try to... Sometimes they try to go around you, but not often. Yeah, it's not really that smart. Ah. There we go. But yeah, the shotgun was close enough. Usually you have to be quite a bit closer for a shotgun. Well, it depends on the shotgun you're using, actually. Some shotguns you can be pretty far away if it's like one of the more modern shotgun. Oh, at least it still hit him. Wait, did he freeze? He died and... yeah, see, the game has like a lot of tiny issues with it, you know, glitching and stuff like that, so... Ha. Alright, let's grab this one. This one's out in the open. Super Science Stories. I've missed quite a few of those apparently, because yeah, there's like there's got to be some of those that aren't collectible during missions, but you have to like explore around town or something like that. Ah. I was gonna follow you, but you were shooting at me, so. Yeah, running away like a little coward, aren't you, Sam? Man, are all these Salieri's goons, or did you just hire random people? Just strong enough. Yeah, usually it only takes a couple of good shotgun, or if you get them like right in the face, you know. Sometimes I'm not very good about setting like. Uh-oh, he did the same thing I did. Oh, I still got hit. Oh, well, I only took a little bit of damage though. If you can run away fast enough, you can avoid the damage, but I'm out of Molotovs, though. Oh, wow. Another collectible. Another card. Marcina? I couldn't tell, really. Uh-oh.
Warming him up.
Oh, I killed him before he got through the... I always love doing that just because of the where the Molotov goes after you hit him. If you hit him, like, right as soon as they, yeah, might as well grab the Tommy gun. That's more ammo, so... Yeah, I was trying to remember. I think maybe Bully is my favorite rendition of the tracing down the traitor route. I'm trying to remember if LA Noire had anything like that. LA Noire wasn't a bad game. I like the trying to figure out like how to sense if people were lying by facial expression. It was like, I think it was like one of the first. Well, I don't know if I'd say first, but it was one of a major game title like really utilized the mocap for specifically for facial expressions, so you could try to figure out people if they were lying or whatnot.
Warming him up.
Yeah, this isn't. He said warming him up, so I thought he was gonna throw a Molotov at me. So got hit by the spray, huh? Nope. Come on. There we go. Yeah, well, I got so much. So I can grab his ammo. What do you got about a pistol ammo? That's fine. Bullet will kill anyone just as well as the next guy. So, was there a guy in here somewhere, or was that Sam shooting at me from far away? Maybe. Anyway, I don't think I saw any secrets around here, so. Okay. Don't want to run too far away. God, I'm almost about to die. There is, on normal mode at least, there's like a minor health regeneration. Ah. I knew someone was going to be in there, but. Dang it. Yeah, the problem with using pistols. Crap. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I should have known like a million people were going to pop up like a goddamn jack-in-the-box. Yeah, if you hit a certain like level of HP, usually you'll like auto-regen, see? What are you doing? Yeah, I could have easily hit that guy in the head, but I was just... Uh-oh. Ah! That might kill me if it hits me. Woo. Okay. Alright, we're fine. We're gravy. Just wait for the fire to burn down. Burn it down to the ground. There we go. Sometimes I can get lucky. Yeah.
Warming him up.
Uh-oh. Ah. I still got to it, unfortunately. But I killed him all the same. What weapon did that guy have? Oh, man.
You're gonna burn.
Wait, where's he? Was that the one guy I shot, or? Come on. Like, I swear I'll shoot like multiple times and miss a person, even though I feel like or I don't kill them. You know what I mean? Okay, looks like he's going upstairs. Yeah, I don't like the fact I have very little HP. Oh well. Hopefully they'll autosave.
Fuck you, Sam.
I know you do the same, Tom. Hell, I know you've done the same.
Yeah, I helped this guy in confidence too. I helped his that lady survive by not killing her because Sam asked me to, and yet he used it as collateral for the dom against me. Did I tell Salieri about Frank? Like, I don't think I told anyone about Frank, like, because of what I did, because that would have been a big deal. So, how do you know about Frank, though? Maybe we talked to him at some point in confidence or something? I don't know. Because the whole Frank thing was supposed to be a big deal because the Conciliere basically betrayed him but got away with it, but he didn't. I mean, the thing he betrayed was going to be the books about their dealings, but he didn't actually give it to anyone, so technically, he just wanted to get out of the business or whatever. And Frank was like one of the Salieri's like oldest friends. It was that type of situation where you think you could have just told him, but I guess it's one of those cases where if you tell him you went out, people are like, yeah, no, you have to die because, you know, terror tales. God, there's a lot of those I missed. Apparently, there's a lot more collectibles. Oh, I forgot how much stuff in this game is actually interactive.
Running out of guys yet.
That was cheap game. Yeah, I know you can't really kill the guy like right there because otherwise you have to have the chase. You know.
Salieri was ripping us off.
Especially with the dope dealings, he never told us about it. He said it was like diamonds, but then we found out it was drugs. It was drugs, baby. Good old hard white drug. Okay, he's not.
I see him. Get a better shot. Go. Down.
I think the game kind of gets lucky with me in certain cases because I swear I didn't actually hit him in the head, but then all of a sudden it acts like I hit him in the head. So. More Tommy gun ammo. Usually if you collect, oh god, usually if you collect the gun to the fallen, they usually get their bullets. And I guess the big twist in this is Sam doesn't seem like one of those people that would have gone that direction. You know, he even says throughout the whole game, he's like, "I owe you multiple times, buddy." Oh what? Oh come on! They wouldn't even let me shoot him. I was like the wrong angle or something like that. That was kind of funny. Yeah, we've almost got to be done with this, so. Man, I thought we were going to easily go under the hour mark, but now I think maybe doing that whole thing, did the whole thing with the cops chasing me didn't really help either.
Lucky shot, Tom. But the thing about drug money is it pays for a lot of muscle. Put them down, boys.
Yeah, that's why drugs are profitable. I mean, why do you think it's done so much in South America so much, with especially, you know, Colombia or something like that? Screwed up, really, but what can you do? I don't know much about it, but I've heard the reason it's so big is because actually a lot of people in my country want the drugs. So it doesn't help that a rich nation of people want to buy the drugs in the first place. So they're like, hey, if it makes a lot of money from these northern folk, then hey, why not, right? So, I don't know all the details. I just heard that's one of the main reasons why it's so bad. It was so bad. I mean, it's still bad, but I said I don't know all the details. So, Come on, get him! Crap, I'm out of ammo. Yeah, did you see I shot him like multiple times? I should have probably killed him by that point, but. Alright, well, we're getting a new weapon then, I guess, the Lupra, or whatever it's called. Oh no, that's a hand. God, I forgot that's a handgun. Already lost all my ammo. Or health, I mean.
I have his attention.
I was trying to see if I could just pot shot him, or not pot shot, like do enough damage to just. He'd run out of HP at some point. We've got to almost be close to the end. I can only handle so many dudes, man. At least I haven't had to worry about too many collectibles. Usually the collectibles seem to be in areas where it's like, up there it says bloody handprints. I like the attention to detail. Oh, no one's here, so. One final showdown, Sam?
I know that. I've seen it growing you for years. Now, there's only one way out. And I'm the guy that gets to give it to you.
Yeah, Tom definitely wants out, you know, after all the atrocities that he's committed in the name of the Don. But then, like, what basically brought the Camels back is Salieri basically doing that dope job without them, or not telling them, even though this whole time he said we never do dope, and then he just does dope all of a sudden. You know, betrayed the trust as well as, you know, not cutting everyone in like he should be, like a good boss should.
I'm glad you bought yourself some more time. I
Like
really
a good
am.
lord should.
This ain't a fight you're gonna win.
That's like the dumbest thing you're gonna do, dude. Aha! Oh.
Help me out with this guy, Tom.
Nobody's carrying you to the doctor this time, Sam.
You kill me now and the Don. She's never gonna stop looking for you. But you let me live. And I'll tell Salieri you're dead. You can disappear. Just like Frank. Only you'll be smart enough to stay gone. Right?
What happened to him?
He was hiding out in Europe. But the dumb bastard. He started betting at the dog track. Got spotted by a friend of the family. So Salieri, he sent out a crew.
And his family? Christ.
You can't do it, can you? Always that little voice in the back of your head. Maybe sounds like your baby girl. Or Sarah. Always telling you not to pull that trigger. And you can't make up your mind.
It's getting easier every time you open your fucking mouth.
We sure had some laughs, right? Remember that time? Me, you, and Polly.
I sympathize with the situation, Tom, and I want to help your family, but I can't do anything unless you're willing to testify in court. You understand that, right? You'll have to sit in that box, stare down Salieri, Ralphie, Vinny, maybe even Sarah's father. I don't know if you got the stones for it, if I'm being honest.
I'll do what needs to be done. But you need to get my family new identities and ship them far away from here.
Well, hold on. There's a long road between us sitting here bumping gums and Sarah sleeping under new stars.
Then I'm sorry I wasted your time. And mine. I gotta get out of town.
Look, Tom. I got a family too. Wife, 4 boys.
All Irish twins.
Yeah. So you know I understand what you're going through. All the worrying over them, the fear that one of them's gonna go before you do. With this case, it'll be one of the biggest this city has ever seen. It could drag on for years. I don't know if I can protect you for that long, not the way things are downtown.
Everyone's gotta eat, right? Even dirty cops.
Just being honest here. There's a few badges I can trust downtown, but not many. And if it comes down to you or me taking a bullet, I'm not gonna make my wife a widow. Keeping you alive ain't exactly the moral course, but I'll try.
That's a pretty good sales job.
Trying to make me think you got nothing on the line. But this is your whole career right here. However it works out for me, whether I live or die, you get to crack the Morello case and take down a Don. Salieri will be your legacy.
Don't go thinking you know me, Tom. Salieri belongs behind bars. I'll help you so long as you help me put him there. That's all this is.
Then that has to be enough. A long time ago, in another life, someone once told me that family is a man's Achilles heel, his greatest weakness. Maybe he was right. Because everything I've done, both good and bad, I've done for my family. I've turned my back on people I thought were my friends. I've kept a lot of hard promises. I spent 8 years totally alone, trying to find myself so I could come home. A better husband, a better father, a better man. Now that I'm a lot older and just a bit wiser, I see that family is our greatest weakness, but it's also our greatest strength. It gets us out of bed in the morning. It lets us chase our dreams, even when they're moving too fast to catch. It keeps us from falling over when we're too tired to take another step.
Mr. Angelo.
Yes.
Mr. Salieri sends his regards.
Tommy!
That's okay. You're safe now. You're all safe. Remember that money, jobs, even best pals will come and go. But family is forever.
Well, and thus ends Mafia. Yeah, you didn't think Angelo would... Although he had a good 20 years after he ratted everyone out to finally... before he finally got hit by a couple of hitmen. Funny, interesting note, folks, that the people who kills Angelo, they're the main protagonist, or Vito, that one guy who said Angelo, he's the main protagonist of the second game. Yeah, the second game starts out with you killing Tommy, and then it goes into like the story of Vito and what he has to do. So it's kind of, I think that's kind of like funny dark humor right there, where it almost transitions from like the character kills the character from the previous game, like and started their own story, you know. That kind of happens in the third game, sort of, depending on how you play the story. Maybe that's why I don't like the third game as much, and it kind of like went out of it changed so much from the Mafia story, just because it's called Mafia, and then If I ever do the, actually, I've already played the third game. I probably doubt I'd ever record it. Let's just say it was an okay game, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the story of it, and it was one of those games that just wasn't worth playing. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyway, yeah, that was Mafia. So I liked it. It definitely had some minor issues with it, like you saw as I was playing, some glitchy, some weird AI turns. Not much to do on the open world stuff. But I liked the music. I did like the character Tommy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he ends up killing people and all this other stuff, but you could tell he felt bad about this every single time, and at one point he finally tried to get out, which, like I said, he got a good 20 years or so before he eventually got capped, so he at least saved his family, which is weird how his wife went with it, because his writing out the group ended up, I think, putting her father in jail too, Luigi, because he was part of the group too. But I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the second game if you deal, because Mr. Salieri does send them, but I'm trying to remember how that ends up for Vito and them, because I don't think Salieri was a big part of the second game, if I recall. Maybe I'm misremembering or something like that. It's been a long time since I've played the second one. Yeah, I like the music in the game. I kind of like, it has that kind of that Godfather-ish tone and everything like that. Now it makes me want to play the original version again, see what the differences are. Because in this one they used the Mafia 3 engine when it came to assets and assets and like the combat mechanics and everything like that was very similar. I even went through this one mission where you had to go through a warehouse, and I was going through the warehouse. I'm like, this seems very familiar, and it's because it was the same assets from Mafia 3 that they used. They just changed it slightly, but it looked very familiar. But yeah, I thought the voice work was pretty good. I'm not sure if it's... Like I said, it's been forever since I played the first one. I assume they changed the voice work and got some new voices, or at least touched up a bit or something like that. And the story is pretty straightforward. It's a simple man gets caught in the criminal life and then wants to leave, and you're telling your story to the... There's intermezzos every once in a while where you're talking to the detective and telling him about all the things you did, other people did. I guess nothing. I'm trying to remember if the detective ever gets anything happens to him in the second game or something like that. I feel like something does, but I could be completely wrong. Like I said, it's been forever, and obviously they're working on doing the mastered version of the Mafia 2 game, so we'll see how that is. I might try it out, or maybe it's out by the time this has been recorded. I'm not sure. I might check that one out and see. I did like the story in that one as well, same with the music and everything like that, but it had the same issues as this game had, which is weird because the third game tried to fix that, because they give you a bit more to do in the third game, because they add like a mechanic where you have to take over the city and stuff like that. But there's still, because they try to Grand Theft Auto it to a point, but there still wasn't much to really do outside the missions still. So they tried working on it, but they didn't really master it. At least I don't think they did. But I'm trying to think what else to say about the game. And I did like some of the collectibles in the game, like collecting the dime novels and the cards and stuff like that, because each of the cigarette cards are cards of the main characters of the game, so you could look at them and check some of their stats, basically. Kind of like baseball cards and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of collecting the foxes, though. And then there was the... you could steal cars to unlock achievements and steal, like, fancy cars. But to steal the fancy cars or the hidden cars, you have to beat the game first. So there's almost no... So there's really nothing much to do. When you find the cars, you really can't do much with them to... Like, you can't utilize them in the mission... Well, maybe you could. I don't know. Because I know you can replay the old missions, and you can go to the garage. So I guess you could replay old missions with new cars. But, I don't know, this is one of those games you kind of just play for the story, and then that's kind of it. So it probably would have been a better game if it had been just isolated and either auto-drived you to locations, if you really had to have that open map, or just skip from section to section and only have the open world section when you're driving. But I guess the point was, I guess if you're going to build stuff for chase scenes and stuff like that, you might as well be able to just drive around the city if you want to. So I don't know. I'm not a game designer, so I don't know how I would have done it, really. Man, the credits are long because you have all the different casts for all the different voice actors, or all the different languages that they did. And yeah, you obviously have to have Italian, Spanish, English. I think I saw French on there as well. Yeah, that's usually what it is in a lot of these games nowadays. Is that if you have a voice cast, now you have to show all the voice work for. I guess you don't technically have to. I mean, but then again, you can't choose the voice work. I think you should almost, in the credits, almost only show the voice work of the actual, like, language you choose, and then the credits would change depending if you played like the Russian version or something like that. But yeah, I thought the orchestral score in the game was pretty good. There were some weirdly silly songs in the game, at least I thought anyway. But yeah, I didn't think this was too bad. I heard this game kind of got a bit of flack because some of the basically the graphical issues and gameplay problems and stuff like that. I don't know if I'd buy this game. I mean, I bought the Mafia game on a long time ago, but that was when it was on sale. I don't know if I'd buy this at straight full price. Even if I like the story in the game, I don't know if I'd buy it at like, what was it, $60? I'd probably buy it at like 30, you know, maybe, or less. But I don't know. The reason I do these things is just to see if I want to keep the game myself, or let people see some of the gameplay, see if they'd even want to play it themselves, or keep it, or buy it, or whatever they do. So. But I have noticed more and more, and I'm not playing this game specifically, I've noticed more and more games have been coming to the point where I really don't care about owning them as a collection anymore. Although when I was younger, I used to be a big collector of games and stuff like that. Nowadays, I'm just like, whatever. Maybe it's because I have this whole Steam library of like 1,000 games I don't even play any of them. And the reason I have all those is because I would always get all these like really cheap like bundle sales, which were only like a couple $. So, but I've stopped doing that too. So, all right, I guess I don't really have much else to say about this game other than I liked what I played, you know. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to leave it here. I'm just going to let the credits roll. If anything happens, I'll leave it up here. If not, I'll just let it run to the title screen. So, anyway, we'll leave it there. So, hope you enjoyed the game. If you, like I said before, if you liked it, you know, gave you a reason to buy it, or if you didn't like it, you can give you a reason to save yourself some money and try something else. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next game.